Dexter Wiseman. I am a WCBT member and I've been bowling for 20 plus years, and I'm going to show you what's in my bag. To start, I have picked up a new bag while I was in the conferences in Nashville. It's a Vise bag. It's a 10-pin bag, but I have made my own insert for it. Inside, we have got my shoes, which are 1,000,000 years old. These are Global 900 Tour Ultras. The really neat thing about these is that not only do they have replaceable sliders and heels, they also have a little edge around the slider, which reduces the wear on the replaceable sliders and heels. With my old Dexters, I found that the edges of the sliders started to wear out, so I decided that this was a better option for me because I was going through 15 sliders a year. It's also got a peg on the heel. The nice thing about this is that if the Velcro starts to go, when you slide, you're not going to lose your heel. This actually cost me a medal at Nationals in YBC with Dexter shoes as well, so again, this was a better option for me. For those of you who have smelly feet, they've got air holes in the bottom to ventilate, which is also handy. On the right foot, basically a pretty standard shoe, except it's got a replaceable toe cap at the end as well. So as you wear this out, you can replace that as well. Something I need to do here pretty quick anyways. As for bowling balls, these are generally my go-to. I will switch through bowling balls on a pretty regular basis based on the center I'm at and what's going on there. These are my 5-inch 3/8 star lines. I'm going to say they're probably 10 years old. I got them on sale because they were a mistake with Epco. This color scheme doesn't really exist. But the nice thing about the star lines is that they sort of move like a soft roll. They're late breaking, but they don't grab the rubber bands the same way the soft rolls does. So for me, when I have heavy and a lot of rotation with my backup, I find that the soft rolls tend to kick the pins up for me, whereas the star lines keep the pins down more. And with that, I tend to get better scores. If I can get the ball to break at the right time, I can basically throw strikes anywhere I hit in the middle. So these are generally my favorite. A fun fact for everybody, the original bases for the pins were designed to hit 5-inch balls flush. So with that being said, by throwing a 5-inch ball and hitting the band flush, you tend to keep the pins down more, and again, that should create better pinfall for you rather than having the pins go up and hitting the top of pins. That's when you start seeing 3 pins die. The next set I have are a set of Cyclones. I can't tell you how old these actually are, but it took me forever to obtain a set of these. It's a mostly rubber ball with a really, really good grip. I like to use these on lanes that are really oily because I tend to start losing grip with the star lines just because they're really old. But with these, I tend to have really good grip. I get a little bit of movement, and I just really love the way they hit the pins and hang on to the bands. These were actually a good friend of mine's before he passed away. These were Jerry Budnick's bowling balls. So these kind of have a special place for me too. I've won a few tournaments with these, green and gold. I made lots of money in green and gold with these guys. So the next bowling ball I'll bring out is another star line. I tend to carry this one as well, especially if I'm losing grip with the 5-inch star lines. My 5-inch star lines are quite old and they are filled with oil, so as I get to places that are oilier, I tend to start losing grip at times. These are 4 7/8, so they're a little bit smaller, but they're the same weight. I tend to get a better grip with them. It's a newer finish on it, so with that also means that I tend to get a little bit more movement with them. So if I am at a place that has a drier set of lanes, then I probably wouldn't use these as much just because they start taking off on you and you start losing control, or the ball will roll out before it hits the middle, and then you start losing pinfall that way as well. If I am at a drier center, then I'd probably end up going to the next ball I will show you. This one is my first bowling ball I ever had. I got it when I was 8 years old. So this bowling ball is 21 years old. These are Olympics. They start out at 4 7/8, 3 pounds, 8 ounces. They don't make these anymore. It's a different composition than anything out there really. It's 80% acrylic, 20% rubber. That being said, the harder bowling ball will end up running relatively straight. So at drier centers, this is a bowling ball that I tend to go to. Plus I've had it for 21 years, so I'm quite comfortable with it. So mentally, this is a good bowling ball to go to if you're starting to lose the handle or you need something with a little bit more control. All right, as for the other things in my bag, we have got endless supplies of sliders because every center is just a little bit different. You could go to one place where you're stopping dead, and I'll end up using an older slider that's really worn in, shined up so that you have a lot of slide. Or you'll go to Bonnie Doon or someplace like that where the slide is significantly long, and I'll start going to things with more oiled leather so that I can actually stop. For me, I need to be really aggressive in my slide, and if I go to a place that's really, really fast for the slide, I need to find a way to stop. Otherwise, I'll go forever and I'll lose all my rotation and all my finish on my shot. So I need to find out something for that. So that's why I've got all of these. Other than that, there isn't a whole lot else. I've got a little bit of slide powder in case I am at a center that is really heavy, or you're at a center where you're good on one lane, but all of a sudden you go to another set and it's a little bit different, or something's been spilled on it, or you step in something you spilled on. This powder will save you pretty much any time. Other than that, I believe that's everything that I carry for the most part to all my tournaments. So thank you very much.